Thanks for checking out Mornings with Lone Star podcast on irlonestar.com. Don't forget, Mornings with Lone Star is live every weekday on irlonestar.com from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., covering all things Texas country music and Montgomery County news, with weather and traffic at the top and bottom of every hour. You can call in at any time with a song request at 936-647-3776 or Facebook message us on Facebook or tweet us on Twitter. Mornings with Lone Star would like to say a special thank you to the sponsors of Mornings with Lone Star, the Corner Pub and Deli in downtown Conroe, Michael B. Young, financial representative with Northwestern Mutual in the Woodlands, and the Texas Renaissance Festival in Magnolia, Texas. That's right. Thank you so much to our sponsors of Morning with Lone Star, especially Conroe Coffee, because I'm enjoying a cup of it right now. But I have the friends from Ghost Hunters of Southeast Texas. It's important to remember that, folks, because that's ghosttexas.org. They share the tea. I got Matthew and Stephanie, and let's see if these mics are working. Stephanie, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Thank you. Thank you for asking. I'm doing good. I'm glad you're doing well. Matthew, do me a mic test. Let's go.
Good morning. We're enjoying a cup of that Conroe coffee, too.
All right, rock and roll. So, folks, you got to check this out. If you're on a computer right now or on your phone, ghosttexas.org. That's ghosttexas.org. And you guys are legitimate ghost hunters. I know there's so many puns you could do with Ghostbusters, especially with the new Ghostbusters coming out. But you guys, and there's actually a lot of TV shows. You know what's weird is I didn't know this, and when I got contacted by, I think it was you, Matthew,
right.
I looked it up, and just like ghost hunting. And there's a lot of TV shows that about paranormal activity. Yeah. And a lot of but I'm talking about in the last 8 years.
And
it's been huge.
We noticed this spike that happened about 8 years ago when TAPS put out Ghost Hunters on Sci-Fi Channel. And about that point, they just kind of skyrocketed. And at one point, it seemed like every channel, we were getting hits from every media outlet. Hey, are you interested? Hey, are you interested? Hey, are you interested? And now we're starting seeing the tail end of that. It's starting to wane off again. The only problem we noticed with that is because the equipment is so readily available and there are so many of these shows out there, everybody thought they could do it. So we had all these people who were grabbing equipment, running out into their local cemeteries, tromping up things, trespassing. So we kind of got
trespassing.
Yeah,
that's great.
A series of negative effects that came with those shows too, because of all the publicity hype with it.
Okay, so good thing you guys are professionals and you actually do the job that you say you're going to do. So ghost hunting, I have to ask. This is something you guys take it pretty seriously, and I know it's probably a constant battle with a lot of skeptic people of ghosts, and especially people who want to see what they see on television and in movies like, The Exorcist. They want to see that. Right. I know probably not a good thing to want to see that, but you want to see it. So I have to ask, let's start with first call. So I'm living in my home, and something's creeping me out. And, paranormal activity is something that happens every day, even though people don't want to recognize it, and they don't, because it does take a little leap of faith to believe it's happening. So I'm scared of something in my house. I call you guys. What do you guys do? What's the next step?
So the first thing we're going to do with you is we're going to do a phone interview.
Okay.
We're going to go through and we're going to...
You got to scream me if I'm crazy?
Well, I wouldn't say crazy because we tell none of our clients we're crazy. We're not licensed therapists, professionals, psychologists, so we can't make that determination. But what we do is we kind of get a baseline idea of what's going on in your house.
Okay.
The second thing we do is we have a 55-question questionnaire that we send out.
Oh, wow, okay.
And this is everything from who lives in your house to are you having nightmares? Are light bulbs popping out in unexpected places? Are you having plumbing problems? Are your pets affected?
So, okay, sorry, I have to get more detailed into this. So you guys handle really the surrounding paranormal. So if I call you and I'm possessed, you wouldn't be able to help me because I'm possessed, and it's not really there's a book that's possessed or a room.
So there are levels to what each paranormal team can handle.
Okay.
There are the fly-by-night groups that are the ones that I talked about earlier that kind of just get together every weekend. They're the ones who want to see the stuff on TV.
Yeah.
Then there's the home teams. They're the ones that go in and investigate private homes. And then you have the ones that investigate private homes, but they deal with the dark side of things.
So they want to get to the root of the issue.
Correct. That's more of what our team does.
Okay.
I've yet to handle a case or have a case come across my desk where a person says, I think I'm possessed. but it is a case that we can go in and help research and help put them in contact with the right set of help. There isn't a client that we won't take on that we won't make sure gets help to the very end.
There you go. So, and I think that's a good comfort because I bet a lot of your clients are really about just easing out of this. Let's want to be comfortable.
Well, and 90% of the calls we take, that's all we do is we take their call, and we might not ever hear back from them again. They just want to hear that they're not crazy and that something's going on in their home.
So let's get this call and let's get this contact information out there for people who might be suspecting something's wrong with their house or anything like that, like a car. Or I imagine y'all do all sorts of things.
Sure.
What is the call? What do I need to call? What number?
So you're going to call area code 281-572-1018. If you don't have the landline cell phone number, you can also email us at help@ghosttexas.org. Remember, share the T.
Yeah, share the T right there. So it's Ghost Texas, share the T, .org. Now, let's get into the good stuff. So we kind of started with, if you have a problem, we call you guys. That makes sense because you just need to know. You need answers. People need answers. So I kind of – actually, no, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to a song. When we come back, if you don't mind, Stephanie and Matt, telling me some stories.
Sure. Okay.
Is that all right? Because
yeah.
like I said, I mean, I might be a person who's like, let's see, did anything fly into the ceiling? Let's see. But we'll be right back. I'm hanging out with folks from Ghost Hunters of Southeast Texas. That's Ghost Texas, shareth.org. And after this song, we're going to be, talking some ghosts. I'm looking forward to it. Stick around. We're still going to be playing Jake Ward because he did have more than 5 songs. So we're going to play Jake Ward. This is Mr. Tonight. You're listening to Mornings with Lone Star. Call in anytime to talk with Matthew and Stephanie, 936-647-3776. We're on Twitter and Facebook, too, if you can't call in. We'll be right back here on Mornings with Lone Star.
Lords and ladies of the realm, the king and queen invite you. Jog a deep and merry way to the Renaissance Festival. Journey to a magic time of romance and adventure. A day of feasting, merriment, and fun for one and all.
The Texas Renaissance Festival, Saturdays, Sundays, and Thanksgiving Friday. October 10th through November 29th. Kids 12 and under are free every Sunday. Tickets available at participating Walgreens and TexRenFest.com. Huzzah!
Hi, this is Joyce over at the Corner Pub in downtown Conroe. We're located across from the courthouse at 302 North Main. I just wanted to tell you that we are now carrying a large selection of craft beer, along with all your old favorites to quench your thirst. Our deli is featuring a new pub sub, loaded with bacon, roast beef, turkey, spicy mustard, lettuce, tomato, all on a warm sub bun. We're open weekdays 11 a.m. to 2 a.m., on Saturdays 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. And as always, live music each evening for your listening pleasure.
Right there, Jake Ward, hanging out here in the studio. We got Matthew and Stephanie of Ghost Hunters of Southeast Texas. Hope you're enjoying the music so far. We are taking song requests for Afternoons with Lone Star later in the day. So with Rick the Reluctant Cowboy starting at 3, so you can go ahead and send those in on Twitter and Facebook, Lone Star Net Radio. But we're going to get back to the ghost hunting here on IRLoneStar.com. Excited with Matthew and Stephanie. Again, welcome back. Everyone doing okay? We survived?
We're good.
Yeah.
Now, what's funny to me is Conroe is an old school town, and there's got to be some weird stuff going on here. And actually, Matthew, I'm going to ask you a favor if you could pull your mic up a little towards your mouth so we can hear you. We want to hear the story. So, Stephanie and Matt, let's get some stories going.
All right.
All right. So, most interesting story ever right now.
So we had a case in the Houston area, and again, for all intents and purposes, there will be no names, addresses,
that makes
telephone
sense.
numbers. We like to offer complete anonymity to our clients. We don't want people banging down their doors going, "Oh, you had ghosts in your house. Let us in and let us see if we can find them."
Let us see if that probably will happen if that happens.
It's possible, but one of the things that we offer is we help them make things go away. So when we leave and we're done with the client, we're confident in making sure that there's no problems left in the house for them. So this one particular case, we got a phone call from a frantic mother. Her 2-year-old son was playing with an unseen man. He just kept calling him the man. And the man began to change over the course of a couple weeks. He went from just a man to something with glowing red eyes to sharp teeth. This was a very mean man who would scare him. to the point where he actually moved all of his toys from upstairs in his playroom to downstairs and wouldn't go back upstairs.
Man, okay, I gotta ask something. As you encounter these phone calls, do you write down these scenarios and write screenplays?
I've actually thought about it.
Because really, that sounds horrifying.
Yeah. Well, imagine a 2-year-old.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
can't,
for us,
no one would ever believe a 2-year-old.
Yeah.
But really, what helps the situation is this 2-year-old's so scared. You want to help, like you don't believe him, but you kind of want to help him.
Right.
But then,
having 3 kids of our own, the first thing we did was we said, okay, we're going to email you the questionnaire, fill it out, get it right back to us. She had it back to us within an hour. We knew something was seriously wrong. Most of our clients will take 2 or 3 days to fill this out. They teeter on whether they want our help or not. She got it right back to us. So we started reading this, and he's talking about how he's kind of starting to change his personality. He's using, I won't say curse words like an adult, but he's talking like an adult. He's talking about getting his dad's gun and shooting him and killing him.
Wow.
Really negative things. So we went out that Friday. It was 2 weeks before Thanksgiving, I think. Went right out to the home. Walked through, completed a preliminary walkthrough with him. And he started saying, hey, there he is. He's right there. So we started snapping pictures, and we got a couple pictures, not of his actual silhouette, but of a spirit orb picture, right exactly where the little boy's pointing at. And he kept telling us how the man was following us all over the house until we went downstairs. For some reason, he couldn't go downstairs. He was stuck to the second.
And the kid learned that, too.
The kid learned it real quick, yeah. He moved. When we got there, he had an old office room that was his bedroom originally that he had brought all of his toys into. This was his safe area. When we got there, we started talking to the kid. At that point, we knew there was something seriously wrong with this house. The kid would throw fits and scream while they were reading the Bible to each other, while they would start praying. We knew that was on one of the signs that lead towards possession. This is what we call the infestation, leading to oppression. It was there. It was done making knocks and noises. It was moving on to divide and conquer the family. The husband and wife were constantly fighting with each other because she was seeing it. He wasn't. The son was acting out. He couldn't explain it, which are all the signs of something going in to try and terrorize these people. So we scheduled an investigation for the following weekend. We knew it needed to be taken care of right away. One of our investigators came down extremely ill with food poisoning, ended up in the hospital just before she was supposed to leave. The other one got into a car accident. Again, we knew there were more forces at work than just your average ghost. 2 of us ended up going, my wife and myself. We did the investigation. We did what they call a minor exorcism of the home, where there wasn't an actual possessed person, but the home needed a spiritual cleansing. We did it. They kept the son away for a week just for safety purposes, for his own safety, because he didn't exhibit any of these problems when he wasn't at the home, and stayed with the grandparent. And a week later, they brought him home, and everything's been quiet in the house since.
That's good. Man, how is this not creeping anybody out?
I always tell people that you see things you never get to unsee.
No, I got to know, especially Stephanie, you're being awfully quiet over there.
Sorry.
I want to know how you got involved with this, because that was a great example of how you guys handle things. And so you call you guys if anything is going on, not just in the house, but with people behavioral, because it sounds like these kind of problems don't just happen because doors are opening and closing. It's because somebody is actually not comfortable and something's going on. So, Stephanie, how did you get involved with the ghost hunters of Southeast
I've been
Texas?
interested in paranormal for about 20 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I did some research and found them online and submitted an application.
Okay.
And then got together with them and had an interview and
Steph is our
history.
research historian.
Okay, so there's this. I'm telling you, y'all need to write some screenplays. But so research historian is basically the person who goes, I imagine, going into the situation.
Right.
How long has the house been there?
How many
Who's
people have
owned
owned
it?
it?
Who's been in there?
Who's died in it, for instance, whether there's been suicides, whether there's been just a whole plethora of things, as far back as I can get, who owned the land. So there's a lot involved. It depends on the case. Every case is different.
Well, just to let you know, across the street here is the old Conroe Hotel, and they say that's where Bonnie and Clyde stayed before they were killed.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
So, and then people have been saying it's been haunted, and so just to let you know, that's across the street. But this is really something very interesting. We're gonna have to take another break. When we come back, we're gonna kind of close down this segment with the Ghost Hunters of Southeast Texas with Matthew and Steven. We're going to play a little bit of Reckless.
I think that's
Stephanie.
Yes, Stephanie.
Sorry. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. And right when you started snickering, I'm like, oh, great. But we'll be right back with the Ghost Hunters of Southeast Texas. They're online, ghosttexassharethet.org. Here's some Reckless Kelly for you. This song's called Real Cool Hands. You're listening to Lone Star Night Radio with Mornings with Lone Star. We'll be right back.
Imagine a place where you can sip on Italian coffee and have a sandwich, followed by a fabulous, delectable pastry. We invite you to stop by Conroe Coffee to experience old world charm. Conroe Coffee is located next to the historic Creighton Theater in downtown Conroe. We are open 7 days a week. Please check our website for business hours at conroecoffee.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Have a caffeinated day.
Behind every victory is someone who helped make it happen. Call them mentors, coaches, or even mom or dad. At Northwestern Mutual, we call them partners, the financial professionals that can help you tap into strengths you might not even know you have, and guide you where you want to be financially and personally, because no one wins alone. Start building financial security with Northwestern Mutual. Contact Michael Young today. Visit michael.b.young@nm.com. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Some Reckless Kelly right there with Real Cool Hand. Oh, yeah. Rocking it out on Mornings with Lone Star. Hanging out with the people from Ghost Hunters of Southeast Texas, ghosttexas.org. Share the T when you write that out. Or just go to Google and type in Ghost Hunters of Southeast Texas. They'll find these folks. I got Stephanie and Matthew in the studio. We're going to be closing up this segment here. Thank you guys so much for coming in. And we heard a good story. And if you are in what area do you guys serve? Because that's important. Because Southeast Texas, pretty big.
It's 2 hours outside.
It's anywhere in a 2-hour radius of Houston.
Okay.
Now, I will take cases further away on a case-by-case.
You sound like a compassionate person, so I feel like if I lived in Hawaii, and I was...
There we go.
Well, I mean, if you're paying for flights and stuff...
Oh, yeah. You're down opposed. I like it.
We do this as a nonprofit. We do not take money from our clients for this. So this is completely funded through our own pockets.
Oh, wow.
So
I did not know that.
So all of our gas money, our time, our website...
So you're really helping people. That's really the goal. Man, that's intense.
And that's our main focus as a team. Our number one goal is to help people.
Now, okay. Now, so many questions. More questions now. We got about 3 more minutes. I'm going to ask this question for both of y'all. Sure. Now, since you're doing this pro bono,
right?
Tell me what drives you. Did y'all have an experience that you go, man, I needed help, and I can now help people because... Go
ahead, Steph.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I had an occasion where I had a boyfriend that he died in a motorcycle accident.
I'm sorry.
I had awakened three nights in a row with a kind of an opaque figure in front of me, and everywhere I moved, it moved right in front of me. My roommate even saw it.
Oh, wow.
And then it stopped the day of his funeral. So that kind of spurred me on.
That brought you to the next thought process,
exactly.
like what's going on here.
Exactly.
That's incredible. And I'm sorry to hear that, but it's also good to know that he went to sleep, rested, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
exactly.
Matthew?
So for me, I grew up hearing ghost stories. Ghost stories were a big thing in my family. From rooms that T-sets would set themselves and unset themselves to balls that would replay themselves. But for me, ultimately, it's a higher calling. This is what I know my spiritual gift from God is supposed to be. And so this is what I'm supposed to do. Everybody says, well, all ghosts are not real, or ghosts are all the devil. Well, no, ghosts are lost souls, and we're supposed to send lost souls home. And whether, wherever that home may be, that's what we're supposed to do. And so for me, it's a higher calling. It's what I'm supposed to do while I'm here on earth.
Man, there you go. Ghost Hunters of Southeast Texas. They will help you out if you're in a situation that you can't control or understand, because you guys help control and help them understand. Thank you guys so much for coming in.
I got one last thing, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go
I'm going
for
to do
it.
a shameless plug.
All right.
Tomorrow, 6 to 8 at the R.B. Tullis Library in New Caney if you'd like to come out. We're doing a free lecture and paranormal presentation.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I think it's going to seat 65 to 70 people.
Where's this going to be at the New Caney?
The New Caney Library,
New
the tallest branch of the library, from 6 to 8. So get there a little early, get you a good seat. We're going to have all of our equipment. We're going to go over ghost stories.
Well, one thing that's important, too, you guys have Facebook, right?
Absolutely.
So you'll be
all
posting
the
this
information on Facebook.
Okay, just making sure, because it's really strange is you always tell people phone numbers, always tell people dates and things, but no one has a pen and paper ready.
Right.
No one knows. So what I'm going to do too is I'm going to try to upload this archive and make a posting about it tonight, so people for tomorrow from 6 to 8 p.m. in New Caney Library, free lecture. Because one thing I think it was probably y'all's biggest struggle is letting people, kind of like similar in your situation before this horrible accident happened.
Right.
You never thought about it.
No, never.
And then when you encountered it, it's a whole other world. So, folks, open up your mind a little bit. I got a shameless plug. The X-Files is coming back in January, and this stuff you're talking about, I mean, Fox Mulder all over that. Right. And I don't know if y'all are fans of the show, but
I'm a new fan. My wife turned me on to it.
Good.
She said it's a great show.
The one thing I love about it, it's similar to what, like I said, the biggest struggle for you guys is they brought the idea the truth is out there, and keep searching. Right. So it's similar to this. This is Ghost Hunters of Southeast Texas, ghosttexas.org. Share the tea. Give them a call. That phone number again?
281-572-1018.
Or you can go on their Facebook, Twitter. They're on all social media, so you can contact them through there. Again, thank you guys so much, Stephanie and Matthew. Have a wonderful rest of the day. It is 9:25 here on Lone Star Internet Radio. We're going to take a extended break here on IRLoneStar.com. If you didn't know, the Willis Hour is going to be tomorrow, and actually, it is going to be tomorrow. So make sure to stick around. We're going to have Hector Forster, and he's outside right now. He's probably like, "What the heck?" Hi, I'm sorry I botched your last name, but the Willis Hour is going to be on tomorrow. So stick around here on Lone Star Internet Radio at IRLoneStar.com.
Thank you.
Thanks for checking out our podcast with Mornings with Lone Star on IRLoneStar.com. Don't forget, we are live every weekday on IRLoneStar.com from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Anyone can be a guest on Mornings with Lone Star, so if you or anyone you know would like to be in the studio and live on the air, just contact Dick, D-I-C-K, at IRLoneStar.com, or message us on Facebook at Lone Star Internet Radio. Mornings with Lone Star on IRLoneStar.com is your Montgomery County morning radio show.